Fam, it's Friday. Yes. Happy Friday, fam. We done did it again. We are here. We are here. Happy Friday. I hope everyone out there is having an awesome Friday. Rafiki, what's going on, fam? Hey, Rafiki in the building. Yes. It is so good to be here with you once again. And it has just been quite a week. I feel like Fridays are like my sacred day. There are some sacred days of rest that are on a Sunday. I'm like, I kind of move it ahead a couple days. Yep. Yeah, we started off on Friday, and especially it's going into a holiday weekend technically. Yes, my brain had already shut off pretty much this morning. Yep. It's Friday, so we gonna have some fun today, especially with the guest I have for you today. Oh my goodness. But before we get into it, a bit of housekeeping here at the top of the program, as always, talking about our sponsors. And first up, our beloved sponsor since day one of this channel, 88 Riddles. As you can see, you use code GAMER and you get 10% off all of your merchandise prices and purchases. If you go over to etsy.com/shop/88riddles. And let me just say, if y'all haven't already gone over to 88 Riddles, the dice vaults, y'all. The dice vaults. 88 Riddles is so talented. Shout out to you, Jay. I'm telling you, man, just take all my money. Just take all my money, okay? And of course, our lovely new sponsor, 1985 Games. They have terrain pieces, y'all. Okay, so your girl stands by products that are useful, that are fun. And we've got the Hell and High Water terrain pieces that are one of the brand new sets that are out. These are really great to use. Listen, y'all. Now, I know some of y'all are Adventure League D&D folks out there. Let me talk to y'all for a second, because the rest of them don't understand. Homebrew is nice, but when you in AL and you're in that lovely little back room that is probably a converted closet, and now it's set up to play Adventure League games in your friendly local game store. All well and great, but you're low on space. So having terrain pieces like this, where you can just cut them out, and now you've got modular terrain pieces for your campaign needs. So go check them out, 1985games.com. You also get free shipping on orders over $60. So with that, we are able to dive in to this week's episode. My amazing guest today is a mega extrovert that co-founded the Empatheatre, a production company where he plays video games and TTRPGs with his friends on Twitch while keeping empathy and diversity at the forefront. He is Dungeon Master for Eulalia 5e, a Red Wall story on the Empatheatre, as well as Duval and Dragons, a 5e campaign on the So Mad at Games Twitch channel, and plays Professor Izanov in Dragonlance. Excuse me, words. I do this for a living, I promise. Dragonlance, Dragons of Rebirth, and Hideaki on Outcast and Outclassed, a Pathfinder 2e AP on Waffle Maple Syrup's channel as well. He also plays Teddy on Blood In and Blood Out, a Blades in the Dark campaign on the Empatheatre. He's also pretty much killed Tiamat twice. Yeah. No big deal. You'll find him yelling about something positive on Twitter and Instagram. He'll blow up any charity TTRPG stream you're in. His quote, not mine, but accurate. It is my absolute pleasure to introduce
I don't think I've ever had anyone like do that amazing intro that I wrote justice. So thank you very much for that, and thank you for having me.
I am glad to do so. Happy Friday to you, my friend.
Happy
What's
Friday.
up?
We did
What's
it.
going on? How you been?
Oh my God, I am really great. It is. I'm in a wonderful mood, especially after that incredible intro there. Yeah, I'm ready to rock.
Very cool. Very cool. I wanted to begin by letting folks at home know exactly how you got into TTRPGs in the first place. I feel like the origin stories, I feel like that's my absolute favorite thing, to hear everyone's origin story about how they got involved in the game and what drew them into this type of storytelling.
Yeah, absolutely. So it started out it started to stop really quickly in 8th grade. I played in a what I believe was a D&D game that lasted, I think, like one game, and then but the DM was kind of weird and not great, which is only something I understand now that I've been running games. I'm like, oh, that was really bad. And then me and two of my other friends played in this what I thought at the time was called Guru, but it was actually Werewolf the Apocalypse. But it was very like, there was no dice. It was just us like really playing in the carport of my friend's house. And then 8th grade that and came and went. Fast forward to 2016, which was, let's see, I'm 35, so this is 29, I guess, years of age. So many, so freaking many moons later, right? Ugh, old. And a friend of mine, I was overhearing a story that a friend of mine was telling about this Disney campaign that was in a that I found out later was a Pathfinder 1E campaign, and how like awesome it was. And I was just like, oh cool, like I like Disney, and like Kingdom Hearts was fun, and like I'd be interested in doing something like that.
Yeah.
And then hooked immediately. The campaign itself was sort of swapped the heroes and villains. So like Jafar is like a really great guy, and like Aladdin and Jasmine aren't so great. And it sort of it was about a year-long campaign that sort of led brilliantly into realizing that the Disney princesses were essentially a coven of witches, and so we were like knocking them out, and by knocking them out I mean killing them, one after another over the course of like, we're in the Pride Lands one day, and then we're in whatever city Beauty and the Beast takes place in, and underwater, like it's pretty wild.
That's amazing. And I love the fact that you turned it on its head, like, because it's all about perspective, isn't it?
All perspective.
So they even have like the Disney Villains game out there as well. Game. And so, yeah, that's very interesting to take it from that different perspective.
Oh man, and here's where it gets really wild. As we lead up to the end, you got your classic big final castle dungeon type scenario, and it dawns on me like out of game what's about to happen, because like we slayed all of the princesses by this point, and somehow all the bodies get into this general area, and they're like funneled into this like coffin, and it dawns on me immediately, and I went, oh my god, you guys, oh my god, they're summoning Maleficent, and what that means is we're gonna fight Maleficent, and then we're gonna fight fucking Dragon Maleficent. And I like screamed, lost my fucking shit, right?
AKA Tiamat's younger sister?
Yeah, sure, right.
Is Jeremy Crawford on hand to confirm?
Yeah, they're like trademarks. We're in trouble. And so how the campaign ends is, so I was playing this Dex fighter, and my friend Ryan at the time was playing this this barbarian. And are you familiar with what the fastball special is? by chance?
Not quite.
Okay,
No.
so in Marvel Comics and X-Men specifically, Colossus and Wolverine's move. Colossus is the big like Russian guy that can turn his like body into metal, and like Wolverine, of course, is like Snake Bub and has like
I
the
think
claws and stuff.
I see where this might be
Yep.
going, but
And
go
so,
on.
Yeah, and you know he tosses Wolverine into the fray, and we were trying to figure out like a way to like make this happen, and failed to do it all campaign long. My friend Ryan gets the what is essentially the how do you want to do this on the Dragon Maleficent, and looks across the table at me and goes and I don't know this is coming. He goes, fastball special, and I get chills now. I got chills. I remember I was so hyped. By the way, this is a 6-hour session of both regular Maleficent and Dragon Maleficent. And so like I'm thrown up. I've got these 2 flame tongue kukris flipped up, thrown, slammed on the back of her head to bring her down and kill her.
Oh my God.
And I literally slammed my hand so hard into the table, I felt it reverberate against me. I thought I broke it. Because I was so hyped on adrenaline.
Oh my God, that's that dominoes slap, man.
No,
What
and
the hell?
I didn't know it was 3:00 in the morning.
Oh my God.
By the way, this is no joke. This is the same night as the Critical Role Series 1 finale fight with Vecna. It's the same night.
Oh my gosh. So
Same
now
night.
there's like IRL history behind it too.
For
Like,
real.
ooh.
Yeah, it's like it's chilling almost. And so the campaign ends, and I was like hooked. I need put it back in me. Like I need more. Give me some more.
Mhm.
And my friend who we call Scene because SEAN. So I essentially renamed him. That's another story. You'll have to meet him one day. He's essentially my DM senpai, and he's like, I'm pretty burnt out, man. Like he ran like this campaign twice in in 2 different groups simultaneously, and he needed a break. Totally fair. But I was like, I need more of this drug. You've got me hooked. And he was like, well, then why don't you run your own games? And I was like, no, I don't know if I'm gonna be. I can't. Next thing I know, I'm running 3 campaigns at once.
Way to dive right into it, man.
Yeah,
Wow.
That's kind of my thing. No half measures.
Oh my goodness.
So that's the start.
I call myself dipping my toe into the world of DMing. I've DM'd a charity stream at least twice in the past in as many years. And then now, coming soon, shameless plug for myself, I'll be DMing a full-blown 5e D&D campaign later on this year. However, I don't know that I could jump in with both feet into like 2 different pools, like or let alone 3.
Somehow.
Like 3 games. Whoa, my gosh.
Well, it didn't start out that way. It was one like I ran like a Lost Minds of Fandover campaign, and then that went away because of friendship reasons. And then I ended up running a Tadori campaign from about 2018 till when like COVID hit. And then by that point, that was when I realized that 1 campaign a week, or 2 campaigns wasn't even enough. So then that's when I joined the online space and was just like, "Hi, hello, I would like to play more, please."
Oh,
hi. So yeah, exactly.
I hear you. I think that that addictive quality, if you want to call it something else, it's just that energy that you get. You know, I'll tell you what, if it comes down to either I just schlep along my week, week after week doing the same old thing, or if I get the opportunity to not only share a space with friends, tell a great story, and maybe or not kind of work things out for myself a little bit, mental health wise. Sure, yes. D&D is therapy. Sign me up. Let's go.
Right. I mean, look. Is it a replacement for actual therapy?
No.
But it sure fucking helps.
Correct.
A lot.
Yes.
A lot. Like truth be told, I do not know if I ever would have figured out that I was bi and demisexual without tabletop RPGs.
Really?
Like straight up. Like I was playing a character, And like, there's a clip of this on Maddie's channel, and like in the moment, I was like, oh my god, I think this character's bi. Wow, like what a big like.
Wow.
Woof. And I'll never forget, my friend Dana was running the game, and I said it out loud, and I was like, I think I was playing this character called Ink on Skin. He's a Tabaxi swashbuckler rogue. You'll appreciate this.
Yes, swashbuckler rogues. Yes.
Black Jaguar Tabaxi, teal eyes. Wonder where that comes from. I know, shocking. Wink and nudge. And I was like, yeah, I think Ink's bi. And my Dana like loses it. She's like, "We love bi awakenings. You get inspiration." And I was like, "Holy shit, that's hilarious, amazing!"
Oh, wow, you can't put you know what, brother? You can't put a price on that,
yeah.
Right? Like when you are in the right group that not only share space to tell stories with you. Right, but also through your character allows you to have that coming to terms moment, or that, you know what I mean? That's real love right there. Like that
100%.
That is what this space is all about. And shout out to you, my friend, for the bisexual awakening. What? Because like yes, because I tell you what, like you know, sometimes in our own spaces, we sometimes forget how to treat each other, and bisexual erasure is a real thing. You know, so if anyone is on the fence about getting involved in games, you know, I would say, yeah, protect yourself, make sure that you're in a group that provides that safe space. But definitely do it, because there's nothing like it. You have that safe space created by fellow creative people. And I don't care if you don't know how to draw, you can't do character art for your character. You've never, you know, expressed yourself in this way before in front of people. We all started there. Yep. Don't be afraid to do it. Once you do it, you're gonna love it. So yeah. Absolutely. So let's talk about some of the recent things that you've been involved in. My friend, when do you sleep? How do you sleep?
And not often.
Because every time I look at my Twitter, I'm like, dang, Jacob, but you were just across the country like 10 hours ago. Like, what's happening? Like,
wait a minute. So you mean to tell me that you flew back home from Atlanta, got in your car, and drove to Orlando? Yes, I did. That is on the same day. Okay. It happened. I didn't say I made the best decisions. I just made them.
What an admission. He's like, I am Duval of Action, surname Action. Did you not understand the assignment?
What did you miss?
I did. I mean, goodness. Wow. But yeah, talk about some of the recent cons that you've been to, how that experience has gone.
Yeah, so MomoCon was I guess almost 4 weeks ago now, which was it's a big video game, anime, you know, all the nerddom conventions.
So good cross-pollination there.
Love it. Very big, so very big, and for the uninitiated, decently safe. Pretty much everybody is masked up for the most part, which is great. Not so much for the con I went to in Orlando, I'll admit. But I was on a couple of panels, tabletop RPG panels. I was initially going just because I knew a bunch of my friends were going to go, and then like eventually via networking and stuff like that, got asked if I wanted to do some panels. And I was just like, yeah, I'd love that, especially if you're going to pay for this badge. So that would be great.
Yes, please.
So that was super, yeah, right. So talk a little bit about getting, starting to stream TTRPGs and like talking about horror in TTRPGs and how to stay safe, and it's a freaking game after all, everybody. Like, trying to have a good time here.
Yeah, definitely. Here, I'm going to transition us over to my Magic Showcase window. Here we go. Boom! Okay, so we've got
Ooh.
your window up with your socials.
Oh,
And
yay! That's my
friends,
Instagram.
yes, and friends, of course, you'll see Jacob's links in chat. Please, by all means, if you haven't followed him as yet, go check out all his socials. Follow, because we are follow friends here on this channel. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, continue, please.
Oh, sure. Apparently my closed captioning isn't working according to Rafiki. I don't know.
Oh, poo. Okay. I'm not
while
quite
you're looking
sure.
at that,
Hopefully
I
it will
do the
kick.
thing.
Yeah,
Kick back in.
hopefully it will kick back in a
Fair
little
enough.
bit.
Well,
It
let us know,
is
folks, if,
automatic.
Okay, cool. So did a couple of those, and then also on the fly was working on a little bit of a surprise because the folks at D4RPG asked me to guest on their main D&D show called D4, of course, which is on D4RPG on Twitch, and also they have a YouTube channel, and which is super fun. So I got to reprise my old buddy Blurg, who is a black-scaled kobold blood hunter, Odor of the Ghost Slayer. He's amazing. He's really nice, and he just wants to make friends and make sure that people are okay.
Oh my gosh, I love Blurg so much.
I love him too. He's amazing.
I love Blurg
he's
so
your
much. My
favorite
life
person.
for Blurg. Oh my gosh.
Yes. If he only really understood how much people meant to, or like mean, well, opposite, how much like people love him, I think he would be like really surprised. But he's very tunnel vision, so he's not the only one that's pretty forward looking.
Well, I love that about him, though. In one person may see that as tunnel vision. However, it also makes him very focused. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's the type of person you
Good
want
shot.
in your squad, or you want in your party when you're going up against the BBG. You want somebody that's on point. So and who is invested. Yes. Yes.
It's
Matter
gross.
of fact, I think I may also have a clip that I think I do. Let me see.
We'd love to see that.
Yes. Hold on. Let's see. I'm really hoping that the sound also plays, but it is all right. We'll fix it in post if it doesn't play here, but I hope so.
You're pretty good in a fight.
Thanks. You're absolutely amazing too.
Thanks.
I'm actually pretty blown away by everybody. So I wanted to get you guys something.
Oh.
Yeah, I'll be right back.
Wait,
Yeah,
what?
right.
What?
Oh.
What the crap is this? What?
Whose room did you hide it in?
Oh my god!
You guys at home are about to be blown away.
Are you kidding me?
So,
This is so sweet.
so Harold, do you remember what I was talking about when I mentioned your graduation?
Yeah, I remember.
So, you were my only student. You were all my students. And he hands out one for Harold, and he hands out one for Stacia,
Can you fix this shit?
and then he hands out one for Karina. I think I spelled that wrong, sorry. And he hands out one for Lynn.
It's kind of cuter for it.
And I have one for Catkins as well. And this is for you all.
Oh!
For you guys at home, it reads Dungeon Master, our name from Blurg.
So,
You're getting such a hug when we're done.
surprise motherfuckers.
Buddy, I'm about to come across this table.
It's ridiculous.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, if I had a few more minutes, I would have had everybody.
That's right,
absolutely.
Rafiki. Just super extra. But
I am. Fun behind
what a
the
way!
scenes
What a farewell. You know.
Yeah, it was amazing. Like, I didn't really have like much planned. I wanted to see what the boys were wanting to do for an exit, other than like I knew I was going to do the trophy presentation. If I had like, even because of course as you look at the clock, like it's fucking 5 hours in. So
Yeah, I was like, whoa.
It's late. So I I just kind of made a blanket statement of love and adoration. But if I had about 10 minutes, I would have had everybody, like all the tears. And I just would have like taken my cup and just gathered them all one and just drink them.
It's just so. I love. And I love how Seisha's like, we can drink out of this.
Amazing. Yeah,
like,
that was ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Like that. Yeah. So it was a really
perfect usage. I mean,
100%.
Let's be practical about it. Why not?
Let's be practical.
But I feel like that was one of the most touching, just farewells to a campaign. And, when you talk about energy around a table, especially it's rough, right? Like talk to me about how your experience was coming into a well-established campaign, and you know that your character has can hold some interest, right?
Sure.
But what's it like trying to mesh with a party that's already well established?
Yeah, no, it was really interesting. In preparation for it, I watched a lot of the episode previous, and I was like, oh man, like wow, like Lurk is really the perfect character for this, because they had just experienced something really, really dark and had previously had a bit of a loss as well. And I was like, yeah, they need some levity, so Blurg is like the perfect addition to this. But of course, like you don't really know like if it's going to work, right? But I really locked in on Ethan pretty early on, because like we stylistically, like the way that we roleplay is very similar, and because truly, like, especially when I'm about to I actually study a lot, like when I watch other actual plays and stuff. I'm really studying how someone makes a character choice, and so I was like, cool, like if I can get Ethan, then I've got everybody else, because they'll follow him.
Go.
So what I didn't expect was Ellie, who plays Karina, had mentioned the night before at MomoCon that she was, because I remember how kobolds came up initially, but she mentioned this story about kobold that she talks about in the episode previous to the clip that we're watching. And I was just thinking to myself, oh man, I'm gonna blow your mind tomorrow. Like, you are not ready. So I knew out of the game that I had Ellie as well. And so it was just a matter of just continuing to pull in. And the strength of Blurg as a character that he doesn't really understand is he can bring people in. He makes it really easy. I think he's worried about the fact that he's a kobold and short statured and a little mania, for lack of a better term, or hyper, I should say, actually.
But apparently, I mean, you strap a lovely pair of fairy wings to him, and I mean, hey, stature don't matter when you can fly.
Right. Fun fact: did not know that was going to be the intro. Actually, like him going out of a cannon. Did not know that until I was sitting there, and I was like, when Devin was like, "No, this is not a cannonball, is it?" And then Dustin was like, "Hey, dude, you want to come have a seat?" I was just like, "Let's go!" And I was just like, I had no idea what was going to happen. So I mean,
exploded on the scene is yes, but it's supposed to be a metaphor.
Yeah,
so, but
yeah.
In this instance, it was quite literal. Right. Wow. 100%. Okay.
And so I was like, damn, you can't really get much of a better introduction to a character, or entrance, I should say. So that really worked out, especially since for the most part, I think with the exception of Rhea, nobody figured it out until they said my name, which is great. But that's because Dustin was trying to communicate with me off this is before the show, about if I needed a dice tray or whatever, and she caught us looking at each other, and I felt her gaze, and I just looked at her and I gave her a wink, and I was just, because I was like, you figured it out, but so it was still really, really fun.
The look.
Yeah, exactly. But
just
yeah, so,
I'm here with you. I'm here with you.
Yeah,
oh,
and I actually didn't know that I was going to be on the second episode until 5 minutes after we wrapped episode 1. because they grabbed me and like pulled me into the back, and they're like, hey, like that was amazing. Like, do you want to do another one? And I was just like, because I was going to be in Atlanta anyway for a redacted reason that will come out in October sometime.
Okay.
No spoilers. And I was just like, absolutely, like, because I want yeah, of course I want to go to the studio and see all of the things and be under the bright lights and stuff. And so that was fun.
That's awesome and amazing. This is what it's all about, folks. This is what I love about this community is that that energy that you get to share around the table, even the virtual table. I've met so many cool people virtually than I have in person. Obviously, you know, we're still pandemic. Let's be honest about it. It's still pandemic times a little bit here. So, but I've met so many cool people in the last few years that it's changed my life. It's, you know, it gives you hope about humanity. It gives you, you know, that awesome feeling, you know, to be able to share space with such cool people. So, but yeah, so you went to MomoCon. What other cons, if any, had you visited?
Yeah, so I flew back on Friday of last week, and then drove, because I parked my car at the airport, grabbed that, came home, took a shower, did laundry, repacked, and drove to Orlando for GCX, which is a gaming expo, with the idea that I was going to run some D&D on behalf of my friends over at Gehenna Gaming. They specialize in like horror TTRPGs and like vampire and stuff. Unfortunately, I didn't get to run any. So it was just like it was just a it was unfortunately the room that we were in and our placement was really bad. So the way that traffic was coming in, we were like the last like tables. So it just didn't work out for like everyone else got to run a couple of games. I got to run just based off of where I was. I didn't get to run anything. But the resort was really nice, and like so it was just good to like hang out with folks and stuff.
Vacation. Yeah. What is this word vacation?
Never heard of it, right?
That you speak.
Yeah. So that was this past weekend before, and then started my new job this week. So.
Yay! New employment.
We love it.
Congrats.
Thank you. And then I'll definitely be going to PAX U at the end of the year for sure.
Nice. I have yet to be to any one of those, but it's so good to hear that there's such good vibes there. I mean, I'm by no means a homebody at all. Of course, my anxiety level, again, pandemic, it's kind of been off the charts for the past few years. But starting next year, I really want to make an effort to go out to PAX, to Gen Con. Gen Con's coming up soon. I had grand designs to hopefully get out there and network, but it looks like it's not going to be in the cards for me this year, but we can always plan for next year. So I'm determined to do so. So what I'm going to do here, we are a little over half of the program. Actually, we're about 3/4 the way through the program here. What I'd like to do is take a 5-minute break, let all of my listeners and watchers take a bio break. Everybody hydrate, take your meds, do what you need to, stretch. And when we come back, we'll be talking dice. You know it.
Here's a teaspoon.
Oh, snap. Oh, yeah, we gonna talk about it. All right. Back in a bit, guys.
I'm bored.
We can go scream at the cat for another hour.
Nah, I'm tired of screaming at the cat.
Shut up with that. Be bored no more with 1985 games. Enjoy their vast variety of products and help bring your tabletop to a whole new level. With easy-to-use dungeon sticky notes. The deck of stories holds prompts and adventure hooks for any setting, and thousands of cutout game pieces with their dungeon craft.
You've come all this way for nothing, fool! The princess is mine! You'll never get away with this, Balakor!
Write everything down in your Hero Notes journal and start your adventure today! Visit the World Wide Web address 1985games.com and find many helpful products such as their Dungeon Craft series, battle maps, deck of stories, miniatures, dungeon notes, and now VHS dice. Again, that's 1985games.com.
All right, fam. We are back live. Thank you so much for sticking with us throughout this program. Today, for those of you who may have just joined us, today we've got
Duval, you know it, baby.
Yes. And of course, this is one of my favorite times of the program. We start talking about dice. Yes. Duval, dear, what do you have with you today? Let's take a look. What you got?
Okay. So, first of all, I want to give a quick shout out to my friend Stephanie, who owns tandtails.com, because she makes incredible dice bags. I'm going to try and not spill all my dice as I sort of show that these are all You can hear it. These are all metal dice in here. And then, and this is actually based off of my Dragonlance Dragons of Rebirth character, Professor Isonoff. You'll see a little bit of the inside, as you can see here. Like,
oh my
very
goodness!
pretty.
Interior decorated.
Oh, yeah. There's like charms and stuff, and like these are all plastic dice. You can hear
wow!
all of these guys.
Oh, have dice will travel, huh?
Yeah,
oh
right?
my god!
And these are based off of my character Hideaki, and we'll show some of these a little later because we gotta show you some more important stuff. So I mentioned this to you before the show, but when prepping and putting together this accoutrement of dice, because I have a fucking lot because I'm a messed up, I found, and I got really emotional because I found the very first D20 that I ever owned, which is this one right here.
Oh my goodness! And it's so pretty. I didn't even see the red in it at first.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Yeah. This will definitely be a tattoo at some point. And then this is actually the dice that I used for that Disney campaign that we talked about earlier.
Yes.
So it's really, memories are just like flooding into me.
Oh my goodness!
Oh,
so, I'm so happy. That makes me so happy for you.
Really cool. Blurg, of course, was recently on D4, and I thought it was important to show the D20 that was responsible for a lot of ridiculousness.
Yes. Oh, and it's so pretty.
Very
now,
pretty.
Is it the way that it shines in the light? Now, that's a metal die that you have.
Oh, yeah. Here,
Got it.
I don't know if you can hear it from over here, but dice trays.
Yeah.
He's a chunky boy.
Yes, nice silvery surface there. I love it. Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah.
I'm definitely a sucker for metal dice now because the metal and gemstone dice just have that extra weight to them. Don't get me wrong.
It's the kerplunk. I need it.
Yeah. I mean, math rocks is math rocks. Like in true Dice Goblin fashion, just give me it. I don't care what it's made of. Give me. But I do like that extra weight.
Me
Definitely.
too. I can't find there's a couple of D20s that I'm missing that I wanted to show, but I'm going to show a couple of D10s instead.
Okay.
This is a Pride one that I found. I bought this at GameHoleCon last year, which I'll go to GameHoleCon this upcoming October.
Happy Pride! I love how it's got the
Pride.
rainbows on the end
So
and
good.
that it's like translucent through the middle. I love that.
So this is actually specifically Hideaki's dice set that I purchased for him. And they totally match the colors of the dice bag there, and the colors of his robe if you've seen his character art.
Yes, so red with the teal numbers, and oh my gosh, that's amazing.
Now this one I actually just bought at MomoCon. This is the one I was teasing earlier.
Oh my goodness, it's so pretty. It looks like you're holding like a piece of starlight in your hand. Like, whoa!
Amazing. It's really cool.
Just the design is cool too because it has on the corners. It has those little bits on the corners too. I love it.
Oh yeah, this one I can't find the one that I really want to show you. I can't find because that's my Golden Snitch DM only one because it is
the Holy Grail one. Yes,
it is about triple the size of these dice, and he is a chunky boy. But I'll show this really cool like midnight one here.
Oh, that is gorgeous! That deep blue. Oh man, that's awesome.
I haven't thought of a character to utilize just yet for that. But it's a coming.
Thankfully, if you've got a D&D Beyond subscription, your character list can be as long as you want. So keep creating.
Currently, I'm at 27. Maddie of So Maddie Games, I believe, is somewhere around 280. I think it's ridiculous. I was like, how? And like, not
especially I mean, not hashtag not sponsored, but especially if you're taking advantage of their, encounter builder and stuff like this, then
Here's the problem.
it makes a lot of sense. But it becomes a problem. Like
he's not the click click the randomizer. None of these 280 or whatever's are like, these are all custom made, and I'm just like, Maddie, please get help, please.
it's the equivalent of when you're on an MMORPG and you're stuck in the character creation screen for 4 hours.
That's true.
Yeah, it's a thing. It's a
true.
thing.
Let's see, what else should I show off? There's a lot of here's a good one. This one's a little lighter, not quite as medley, but he's a pretty boy.
Oh,
there we
the
go.
gold on that baby boy. Oh,
there we go. Let's move that over here. Yeah.
That feels like a cleric die to me.
Yeah.
That is just celestial gold. Oh man, that's amazing.
This is actually a very old one. This is the original dice I used for Professor Isonoff.
Ooh, okay.
So initially a war wizard, down because of Dragonlance, abjuration and divination wizard.
Wow.
Because of the Order of the White Robes.
And that white on the die definitely stands out. And then with the gold, the gold frame on it.
We love it.
Snap.
We love it. This is what I like to call my Gryffindor dice.
Go Gryffindor! Yeah.
Even though fuck turfs though. But because we support our people, and
yes.
She who must not be named is not our people. So
correct. And the story still lives on. So.
Exactamente.
But that red with the gold, I totally feel you on that. I have a red one. I have to bring out, because I'm gonna show off some next as well.
Yeah, here's the thing. You should start, because I won't stop.
Okay, got you. Well, with that, certainly, here we go. So I can't find the D20 at the moment, but that's probably because something's right on top of it, of course. So one of my most beloved die, it is one of my dragon dice. It is red with scales, and you've got the gold numbering. But it's got like that burnt like dragon quality to it on the frame, and I love it to death. Cool. Shout out to my DM Vanessa, who's over on Ladies of D&D, and I'm one of the co-founders along with those ladies there, and she had been DMing us through a campaign that spanned about 2.5 years that we just concluded some months back. We'll be starting up a new campaign soon, and she gifted this to me because I had a tiefling sorceress who has a dragon background. So it was really, really interesting the way that she let me live out that character's life. That's one of my favorite ones. It rolls so good. And when you find that one that rolls really well,
oh my god. Yeah, like the Hideaki dice I was showing you, I rolled, no joke, and like I rolled in game 5 natural 20s in there. Like there's a clip. I need to find I need to make a clip of it. I tagged it in the Waffles Maple Syrup YouTube episode. It is our latest episode, and I was so surprised that I literally ran away. I screamed natural 20, oh my god, and I ran away. Like I was freaking out because I was like, how is this happening?
It's like, okay, but we want to know how you want to do this though. Come back.
Yeah, you need to tell me how you finish this monster. Okay, bye.
He was just so surprised by his own success.
Yeah, right.
Oh my goodness!
Especially because like Hideaki's absolutely a talk shit and not learn lessons later.
Oh,
and I was talking to our GM badasses, who is what I've titled her, Syrup, who's incredible. Follow her, Rebecca_Syrup on Twitter, and Waffles Maple Syrup on Twitter. And I was like, because he's the type of character that like he talks all the shit and he can back it up enough to continue to be cocky. But like I'm 100% invested in his fall from grace, right? The problem is it doesn't happen because of shit like that. Like, and it's just like, this is why I'm the best. This is it. And everyone's like, God, what an asshole.
And it's like, oh, nobody tell them he rolled well, please. Don't do it. Like,
so
don't
funny. I
do
love him.
it. Oh my God. Amazing. I happen to have, I have gemstone dice with me
Show me,
today,
show me,
taking
show
a
me.
little deviation from the dice that I normally show. I've got here, let me bring up this one. This is, they're all three of them are amethyst die. And if I can, there we go, let it focus. It's got these lovely embellishments around this every side that just, oh my gosh, I just fell in love with it so much with the gold
Amazing.
Numbering.
That's
And it
so
has
cool.
the
that shine on the light there right at the end.
that's what I'm saying.
What
Like
are we doing? What are we doing?
It's got that shine right there. And I happen to be a graphic designer as well.
Mhm.
So I geek out when I see like really cool numbering on there,
man,
like
yeah, for
right
sure,
here.
for sure.
I'm trying to remember. I think this one, I'm trying to remember where I got this one. It may have been Norse Foundry. This one here, with the amethyst as well. And there we go.
You love
There we
that?
go. And it's got like the lovely Norse numbering on there as well. And when it has the occlusions through it like that, I mean, it makes it so pretty, just so pretty. I love it so much. And then my third one, oh my gosh, this one, I definitely picked this one for the fonts. Now, I will be the first one to tell you that I can be a girly girl at times, but when you come out with such a cute font like this one, it's got those curls to it. I mean, it's fancy. It's fancy. Yeah.
That reminds me, where do you come down on the current conversation about I forgot the actual like Twitter, like the hashtag, but it's essentially like Dice Crunch or something like that. Have you heard of this?
No, I haven't heard of this.
I gotta see if I can find it really quick.
Okay.
Because there's this like conversation happening about like what is a like I'm trying to remember what it is. Like it's like people are like putting like dice in their mouth and stuff. It's so weird.
Oh
and
no!
It's like, dude, like we don't like we as humans are already gross enough. Like because I was on, as you do, like on the internet, and someone was talking about like I soak my like dice in like all like water and da 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 da, and I was just I was like, oh right. Okay. I should probably. I don't even want to think anymore.
That actually, I can answer this one. Okay. Yeah. From I would say first off, it's not recommended to soak your dice in water if they are not plastic.
Right. Sure.
But from a gemstone perspective, now when you take into account, for example, amethyst dice are gemstones. Gemstones are minerals of the earth, and as such, they carry energy with them. Now, you can call me woo-woo as much as you want, but be aware that people were throwing math rocks before they were math rocks for TTRPGs.
That's true.
They were used for divination purposes way long ago in our ancient history. And so it does not surprise me that if you want, especially if it's gemstone dice in particular, that you want to soak them in water and purify them. There's a whole ritual that you can do of, leaving them out in the sun or moonlight. And that's just basic crystalmancy. That's working with crystals. That's, working with those type of energies. So that I can kind of understand. Yeah. But if you have like glass dice, oh no. You do not want to damage your glass dice, and you do not want to damage your teeth with metal dice. Put it that way. Would not recommend any dice going in your mouth. That's the safety tip for the whole day, kids. Yeah.
Love that.
Not in your mouth.
Yeah, and shout out to my dear friend Goblin Katie, who's on the D4 cast. Was just like, where do you stand? And I was just like, I love you, but like I cannot go down this tunnel with you on this. That is just too nasty, dude.
Exactly, Lonzo. Exactly. Like, excuse?
Yeah.
Like, what?
Yeah. Right. It's like, no, I don't think so. But yeah.
That's just one of those weird, we humans
internet.
are so weird.
Mhm.
We humans are just weird. We come up with you know what though, fam? Real talk, stay weird. Stay weird.
Stay weird.
Just
like,
stay safe, okay?
Stay
All
safe.
right?
Yes. Stay safe. And honestly,
No choking hazards, please.
Don't put dice in your mouth. Like,
Thank you.
if you learn anything about me today, and like that's the one thing that I would like you to take away is like, please don't put dice in your mouth.
This has been your PSA for today. Please, for the love of God, do not put dice in your mouth. You might have a choking hazard. Thank you very much.
Oh my God. Please.
But yeah, so I mean, when it comes to dice, I feel like I happen to like match up my dice with the next character that I'm building. Yep. Like, it's a whole, you want to talk about ritual? That's a ritual for me. Whenever I'm coming up with a new character, I'm like, okay, so this character, she's fancy. Okay, she likes to dress up a little bit. Maybe she's not upper crust nobility, but she likes to be girly once in a while. So she's gonna have fringes, or she's gonna have lace, right? So if she has lace, then the dice that I'm gonna use with her are gonna look like this, and you see what I'm saying? So it's like a whole progression that starts happening.
Yeah.
In my mind.
I'm trying to think about when that started for me, because like I definitely didn't start out as a dice goblin. I was in the first portion of that Disney campaign. I was borrowing my friend Ari's dice, who I love very much. Hi, Ari. And then eventually I was like, I should probably get my own dice. And then like that was the set that I purchased. And I don't actually know when it started, but I remember when the dice juju started happening in my mind. Two major pieces.
I love that. Hashtag dice juju. Now trending. I love it.
Trending worldwide. Because my friend Ari was like, you never pass dice hand to hand. You put them on the table for somebody else to grab. And like that was like in my head for like honestly about 5 years. I think only now do I not negatively react when that happens to someone.
Wow.
Yeah, it was like a lot of like brain rechemistry to fix that, because I think it's
people say that about tarot cards too. I'll be candid about that, because folks know that I'm pagan. I read tarot cards myself, and there's a mystique around tarot cards too, because again, dealing with energy, right? You want to keep the energy around divination tools like that as pure as possible. So you hate that it had to pass through so many hands to be manufactured. So once it comes to you, make sure you take steps to cleanse. You use sage or incense, that sort of thing, and then just make sure that nobody else touches the deck, unless you allow them. And even if you do, more cleansing to come after that. So too with dice, I'll tell you what, fam, there are some folks out there that I want to sage their dice like for like hours, because some of their dice is just not rolling right on a certain day. It's like, no, we need to bring some Serenray up in here. No, let's come on.
A really good segue to the second piece, which was
it's like yo dice need some Serenray. Let's go. We gonna smudge it. Come on, like right now.
Yep.
Oh,
actually, it was actually these dice, and they were rolling really shitty. And I was drinking a gin and tonic, and I said, we're going to have a conversation. And you know what I did? I took this dice and I dropped it in the gin and tonic. And I just sat there and I was just like, now think about what you've done. Right? No joke. Take it out.
Brother, how did your cocktail glass become, or was it a bar glass? How did your bar glass become a dice jail?
Yeah, I know, right? It was like just like a classic like glass, right, with like ice and gin and tonic in it, right,
Oh
and a lime.
goodness.
And
What?
no joke, I shit you not. I take it out, I just like shake it off a little bit, wipe it down, roll a natural 20.
What?
Twice in a row. Roll a
Okay,
natural
y'all.
20. And I was just like, it would be weird if it didn't work. It fucking worked. I will say there was one time I rolled 3 natural ones in a row, and I took that D20, I ran downstairs. There's a lake at the condominium complex, and I chucked it in the lake.
Oh no!
That's
Oh,
the only time I've ever lost a dice is because I threw it in the lake.
Jacob, no littering. What?
That's fair.
No,
That's
come
fair.
on.
You are correct. I was
No.
a young 20s. I was 20, like I was 29. I didn't know any better.
Oh, what? The age you are now?
Yeah,
Oh,
right, yeah,
okay.
right, exactly.
So this was yesterday you're talking about.
Yeah,
All
right.
then.
Yeah,
Sure, I'll
pretty
play.
much, pretty much. And Mazo, to answer your question,
No.
it was hamburgers because I'm a classy bitch.
Okay. Hey. I love it. Love it.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
That
Well,
was when the dice juju began to start, and the Hideaki dice especially. I talk to them a lot because I don't mix and match when it comes to Hideaki because he's a special being. So those, like, if we roll low, we have a conversation. Like before the 5 natural 20s in a row happened, I rolled a natural 4, and like I can't believe I remember this, like a natural 4 and like a natural 6, and I was just like, okay, like let's have a conversation, and then that's when the 20s happened, and I was just like, all right, talk to your dice is essentially what I'm trying to tell you. Anyway, I interrupted.
I love it.
so and
Sometimes you have to cajole your dice into doing what you need them to do. You can curse your dice all day, but I guarantee you, fam, from personal experience, does not work. You gotta find other ways, man. You gotta appeal to the dice gods, however you can. So.
Especially because like I think people kind of don't think about the fact that like the life and death situation, like I can think of many people that have been like, if I roll below a certain number, that's it, like game over. And then it happens and like you pee yourself because of excitement and like adrenaline, and then you don't sleep the night before, right? Or the night after, I should say. Because that's what happens. Because
you especially when you invest so much of your emotional time and energy into building up your character. I mean, all stakes on the line, man. I'll tell you what, and there's plenty of my favorite live streams that exhibit that every week, all the time. If you think that that you might not be as invested in your character as when you first put them together, have a talk with your DM. Sometimes there's a listlessness that you can kind of act out through your character, and then watch where your DM throws a nice dragon or some such in front of them.
Nice.
Let them test their mettle. Then you'll start getting hype. Heck yeah! There is nothing like that natural 20 high.
No, for real. Like, I think that's the thing that's amazing is like I've been playing on a regular basis now without a true break away from it for about 5 years, 5 or 6 years.
Ooh,
DMing regularly for about 4 of them. I never get tired of it ever.
Do you consider yourself a so-called forever DM then?
Oh yeah, no doubt. Like I was in a pre-stream and we were all getting ready, and this was actually for a charity stream, and then we were going around the table, so to speak, of like, what's your favorite class? And everyone's like, Warlock, and my favorite class is Monk, and I was just like, Dungeon Master.
Okay. Coming soon to DM's Guild, the Dungeon Master.
The Dungeon Master class. Hey.
My god!
And it comes with a trophy from Blurg. There you go.
That could be a legit bard subclass for sure.
I think it could actually.
Dungeon Master, absolutely it could.
So.
Oh my gosh, yes. I gotta work on that stat block immediately.
Yo, if you need any help, let's go.
Let's go. know. But all right, so what I will say, I'm looking at the time. And unfortunately, it looks like our time together is at a close for today. But I definitely want to just thank you, man. Thank you so much for being on the show, Jacob. And you may know there is a specific way that we sign off on this show. All right, are you ready for it?
I actually don't know this, so I'm excited.
Oh, welcome to it. Here we go.
Let's go.
So whenever we sign off on this show, we always say love, peace, and soul.
And soul. Oh, fuck,
this
I love
is
that.
how we roll.
This is how we roll.
Correct. You
Love
got it.
Love that.
But yes, thank you so much for being here with us
It was amazing.
today. And it is just such a delight and an honor to be able to speak with you today.
Oh my god, yeah, it was super fun, and to many more collabs, absolutely.
Yes, absolutely. And I'm going to transition over here one more time. Say a fond farewell to all my listeners, all my watchers. Fam, I really appreciate y'all coming by the stream today. As always, the audio presentation of this episode, of course, will be available this coming Monday. So definitely check out my socials for updates on that. I also have some new additional content coming to the stream. I dropped some hints earlier this week about it, so stay tuned for that. We're going to have yet another variety stream here on the channel, so I'm really excited about it, and I hope you will be too. And with that, really want to just, like I said, thank you again, and to everyone that stops by, supports, tweets, retweets, any and all the ways that you guys support me on this channel help me to keep bringing quality content to you. So everyone, take care of yourselves and take care of each other. Bye now.